where they're headed and what the expectation is for this team too. Y'all know, like I know, it's easy to commit to Georgia. Why? Because you know you're going to be surrounded with good players. That's what Tennessee is looking to do right now. When you have that standard be raised year after year, and that's what it's got to be. It's not one of those situations where you find yourself like Texas A&M and they just get one of the best classes in history. The thing about A&M doing that, they did it for 1 year. Alabama did it the year after them. They're doing it again this year, and I expect them to do it next year too. It's no matter how you can continue to stack those classes and get good on good with these type of recruits.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was actually looking at a lot of people put a lot of things into this, and you know, I do. When you look at the NFL draft and all the 5-star guys that go early in the NFL draft, but Tennessee now ranked 10th in this class. They were 10th last year, but that's coming off number 22 in 2021, number 17 in 2022, and then now 10 and 10. So making some moves there. And when you're right about the defense, but I was just looking at the offensive line depth chart, just looking ahead, and you know, I mean, we're getting closer. What are we, like 69 days away, something like that? Mm-hmm. But right tackle, you got Gerald Mincey, Javonte Spraggins at right guard, Cooper Mays at center. You feel good about all that. I love Jackson Lampley at left guard, just needs a chance there. And then John Campbell Jr. is a guy that people forget about, transferred over from Miami with 33 games, 17 starts. He's in his 6th year, so that's an old head that steps into left tackle, and I'm anxious to see how that works out.
Me too, man. And from all things I've been reading about him and hearing about him, he's a dude that can contribute and contribute well this year. I'm not sure what his draft stock's going to look like, but to have somebody to have the nerves of a veteran and have seen almost everything possible in college, that's a good place to be. Like, I'm not a huge fan of the transfer, or almost honestly the COVID senior situations as much, but I understand it. And if y'all would have gave me 2 more years in college, heck, I'd have taken them too. So I'm looking forward to what he's going to be able to do if he gets an opportunity to start this year, and I think he has a strong one.
Well, Savage, this is the question. You want to answer this now, or you want to wait till the season? You ready to go and make a prediction? They ready to run on off with it?
Oh, wow.
As far as win-losses?
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Top of the SEC.
It's a little early.
Okay, it was early. Okay, I thought they were going 5-5.
My expectation, I'll say this. My expectation is 9 wins. I think that's fair.
I like it. I like that. That's early without even seeing what Joe Milton is going to be, huh?
Yeah, it is. And the thing about Joe is this. If Joe's not the guy, and guess what? We get Nico earlier, and that just helps his growth and development too. Y'all know I'm an optimist, though. And yes, my orange tinted glasses on for the people who are tweeting me, and I can't see my Twitter account. Guess what? They are on.
I think Joe Milton's going to have a huge year. I really do.
If you can get him to have the year that Hendon had and get that Anthony Richardson back rub of being a first-rounder, y'all know what that does for a university? Like, I think it leapfrogs Alabama as far as quarterback development to go back-to-back like that, have Heisman conversations, and then have Nico right behind it. It's just a different animal. It truly is.
True.
Yeah, Jabari Small and Jalen Wright at running back, and then Brew McCoy, Ramel Keaton, Score White at wide receivers, the first 3 out there. I think it's going to be an explosive offense again. I mean, Heupel's is going to do what he does, but that's just kind of –
also – and again, it can't be without, like, I'm still high on what I saw from Cam Seldon in the spring game. Mm-hmm. Like, there's a lot of good things around, and with this offense, the way it's set up to flourish, as you said, and with Rodney Garner and Coach Tim Banks at defense, it's set up to be a good, solid squad.
Thank you, Ramon. Great stuff, man. At Ramon Foster, Ramon, Kayla Will.
Savage.
6 to 10 weekday mornings on 104.5 The Zone.
2 things, Babs. My joke was higher than a 1. I heard that yesterday. You also wore orange as a Tennessee funeral. I'll be meeting you in the parking lot real soon, okay?
You have to be quick, man. She's like You can't even see her. She got so fast out of here.
You can't catch me, big offensive lineman.
She's like the Millennium Falcon, dude. She's here and gone.
She is. I heard her, though. All right, good people.
All right,
See ya.
All right, Greg Cosell, when we come back, we're going to have a little conversation about quarterbacks with new teams. So, Saints with Derek Carr, Raiders with Garoppolo, San Francisco, what are they going to do? They got 3 people. Packers, Jordan Love, and DeAndre Hopkins to the Jets, maybe? Hey,
oh, Lord.
How would he fit in with Aaron Rodgers in that system? All that coming up. Greg Cosell next on 104.5 The Zone.
What's happening, people? Ron Slay here with Superbook Sports. Yes, you got to dial into them and go get these wins. When you're talking about the parlay, it's only one way to do it. You got to download the Superbook Sports app and go and enter the promo code. What is the promo code? It is SLAY, S-L-A-Y. Do that, and you get up to $250 with your first bet bonus, regardless if you win or lose. So you go on, you deposit, first you sign up, then you deposit, then you wager, and the $250 will hit your account, and you're ready to roll, man. So whether you win or lose, you're either going to double or you're going to get your money back. Easy. That's real easy to do. So make sure you dial into Superbook Sports, and if you don't know, go on their social media and check out their account, superbooksports.com or at Superbook Sports, and you can see that they have the most trusted name in Vegas and a group of the dedicated odds makers behind the counter in Vegas setting all of their prices. And I'm talking about guys with decades of experience. Visit superbook.com for terms and conditions. Gambling problem, call 1-800-889-9789. Book it.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay with you. Time to talk a little NFL film work. Greg Cosell joins us now at Greg Cosell on Twitter. Greg, what's up? How are you?
Hi, Cosell.
Hunk's working on it.
Oh,
Babsy was cutting a commercial. That's why you got an extended listen to Led Zeppelin there.
And I kept screwing it up. So all of this is my fault.
It's all your fault.
It's all
By the
my
way,
fault.
Bronny James will wear number 6 this season at USC. Big shocker there. Gonna wear Dad's number.
God,
Would you wear Dad's number if
I
LeBron was your
wouldn't.
dad, or would you go your own path?
No, I'd go my own path.
I mean, when you got
I'd
the
also
name, do
pick
you
a
need
different
to?
sport.
I mean, but you got the gift. Can't run away from your gift.
I mean, is he gonna have the gift enough?
He got the bounce.
But you're
Got the athleticism.
you're always compared.
Did one of Jordan's kids wear 23? I think he did.
Yeah, but
A little different situation.
yeah,
A little different.
yeah. And then they were vertically
I
challenged too a
remember
little bit.
David Robinson's son played wide receiver, I think.
Did he?
Mm-hmm. For Notre Dame, maybe?
I think once you get the name, it's kind of. I mean, you might as well go on and embrace it. That's why Bryce. I think LeBron's youngest son may have the better career because he's growing like a weed, man. Like 6'7" already, 6'6" at least. Long, slim.
Greg Cosell joins us now. Greg, a big basketball player growing up. What number were you?
I was number 31.
Oh,
Was there a reason?
Greg, I would say 35.
I don't think there was a reason. Or was I 31 or was that baseball? Was I 15? I can't remember.
46.
Yeah. I was one or the other. One was baseball, one was basketball.
Saints. Slay with the quick math there.
Yeah,
I like it.
It was kind of easy.
We're going to talk today with Greg Cosell, if you're just tuning in, about quarterbacks with new offense, new teams in the NFL. And let's start with a guy in a team that they were going to ask you about last week, didn't get to it. Let's start with the Saints with Derek Carr. What do you think that offense looks like with Derek Carr? What did the tape show you? He ultimately got benched last year.
Yeah, it's hard to know why something doesn't work out. He's a pretty talented guy. He's had a good career. I think he's very solid. I think that he throws the ball extremely well. He's always been, throughout much of his career, a little bit risk averse. I think you have to really design things for him to push the ball down the field. But again, he's certainly a professional quarterback that you can win with. This is an offense. If Michael Thomas is healthy, and that's a big if, they actually have some pretty good offensive weapons. I mean, this is not a bad offensive team. They've got a good O-line. Like I mentioned with Thomas, they've got Chris Olave. They've got Juwan Johnson at tight end. He's a pretty interesting player. We know about Kamara. So I actually think that this is a good spot for him and that this is going to be a pretty good offense.
Derek Carr pisses me off because I still go back to the 4th down play near the goal line in the playoffs against the Bengals when the Bengals made that run to the Super Bowl. And Derek Carr didn't even throw it in the end zone. I know that tape.
Yeah, no, it's funny. There was a stretch I remember a number of years ago watching him where he and I think it might have still been, it was still when John Gruden was the coach. And I thought, man, he just took a step forward. This guy's really going to be a potentially great quarterback because he is a snap thrower, easy thrower, big arm, ball comes out. He has mobility. And he's just been up and down, and it's always hard to know the reason why for that. You'd almost have to be there. But he's had really, really good moments. He just hasn't been able to maintain that, week in and week out over the course of his, 16, now 17 game schedule.
Yeah, he's always been the kind of guy that people want to try to convince you that like he's got elite ceiling, let's say. But just to me, and maybe I'm wrong, but like to me, he just always seems to kind of fall short. Like he puts up good
Yeah,
numbers, but
I think because he's pretty gifted as a thrower, and I remember watching him at Fresno State where he was throwing to Devontae Adams. You just watched him and went, "Wow, this guy throws the ball really, really well." His delivery. I remember watching him coming out of college, thinking this guy kind of throws it like Aaron Rodgers. He's got that snap, quick delivery, yet with a strong arm, he can muscle up and make power throws. And like I said, we've come to the point where, with the exception of a few quarterbacks, I think a lot of people tend to think everybody else stinks. And that's not the case. I mean, there's not going to be 50, Patrick Mahomes or 50 Josh Allens, or, there's not going to be that many of those guys. So Derek Carr is a talented quarterback who you can line up and play and win with.
See, Cosell, what you just said, Ryan freaking Tannehill, right?
Ryan Tannehill's actually had a pretty good career.
Right.
I'm like, come on, Cosell.
You could have a major debate, obviously, which I'm sure you guys have had, and I'm sure they have in Nashville pretty regularly, about the nature of the offense and, the way they played over the last number of years, with an offense clearly built on Derrick Henry, who's a great back. That's not the point, but it begs a number of questions, which we've discussed, numerous times. But Tannehill's actually had a pretty good career.
Agreed. And we're kind of, in the market, people love to
hate on Ryan Tannehill.
Go in on him.
It's weird.
And Davenport doesn't understand it. And so, we're of the opinion, if you protect for him, he actually is as you said earlier, a really good thrower of the football, right? Like his first, when he took over for Mariota, and then that next full season, he was number 2 in the NFL in passer rating. And that's when he had time,
Was the next full season the year they went to the AFC Championship game?
Yes.
And I believe they averaged over 30 points a game that season.
Yep, they did.
So, again, I know that it's what have you done for me lately, and I know he's battled some injuries. Obviously, this offensive line was certainly not good this year. It's one obviously can easily make the argument, as we've done, that the receiving weaponry was not very good either. Look, most quarterbacks, again, everybody talks about, well, can the quarterback put his team on his back? Again, there's not going to be 25 of those guys. All coaches teach that you execute within the structure of an offense. And if that breaks down, which every once in a while it does, can your quarterback make some plays? We've seen over the years, Ryan Tannehill has done that. He's been able to make some plays with his legs. He's been a solid quarterback. So we'll see. I mean, we're assuming he's healthy right now, correct?
Yes, he is. Yep. And he's been participating on campus, so to speak.
And they say look
real good
all off season, which he didn't do last year.
Barring anything unforeseen, he'll be the starting quarterback this year.
Right. And what's interesting coming out of Titans camp this offseason is a couple of players have mentioned that they've simplified the vernacular with regard to play calling, and they've gone more with a one word play call, which to me means, one word for protection, one word for routes or whatever, but that it's really simplified and things for them and gotten them in and out of the huddle quicker, which I'm anxious to see how that transitions.
Yeah, and
what that
that's always a good thing, especially with a veteran quarterback, Brent, because you want your quarterback to be able to survey and study and decipher the defense, with time on the play clock, so that if he wants to make any changes or adjustments, he has the ability to do so. Tannehill is certainly at the stage in his career where he sees a lot, he's been through a lot, and you want him to have the ability to keep a play if it looks like the right one, get to another play if he feels like it's the wrong one, make any kind of check he feels is necessary. You always would like your quarterback to be in that position, and he's a veteran quarterback who's seen a lot.
All right, well, we talked about Derek Carr. Let's go over to the Raiders. Assuming that Garoppolo is healthy and passes every, all the physicals and all that stuff, what do you see from him as a quarterback? What did you see in San Francisco from him? And how do you think that translates in Vegas?
Yeah, there's no mystery about Jimmy Garoppolo, no matter who you talk to, and the tape always validates this, is he is truly the definition of a quarterback that must execute a system. He's not going to make plays outside of structure. He's a timing rhythm thrower. He's the kind of quarterback that a high percentage of the time must be able to hit his back foot, plant, and deliver. The longer he is in the pocket, the less effective he is. So Everybody knows that, which means that he needs to be part of a fairly complete offense. In other words, an offense that has a run game, which they should with Josh Jacobs, an offense that has quality receivers. That's what he needs, because he's not a playmaking quarterback. He's an executor and a ball distributor. So he needs the scheme to present defined reads and throws for him.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
So on the other side of that, what about San Francisco as Brock Purdy tries to come back from injury? You've got Trey Lance, who they traded up to 3 from 11 or 12, and still a part of a 3 quarterback room, which we don't know how I guess the pecking order will look. And then Sam Darnold, who they bring in for like $10 million.
Yeah, well, my guess is that when Purdy's healthy, he'll be the guy.
Yeah.
He obviously played well a year ago. He gave them 2 things that that Garoppolo could not give them, which was the boot action pass game. Mm-hmm. He's able to get out of the pocket and throw on the run. He also gave them the ability to make second reaction plays, which Purdy is capable of doing. So he added a dimension to the 49ers offense that they did not have with Garoppolo. So my guess is Purdy, when he's healthy, and it seems like he's doing well, and will be healthy sooner than later, I guess, that he'll be the guy. The Trey Lance situation is really interesting because he's a kid that when you watched his college tape, and he really hasn't played much football since, I believe, the season before the pandemic, is when he really last played meaningful football. So he hasn't played football in a really long time. But, he looked like a guy that needed time, but that had a lot of traits that you felt good about, and that's why they traded up to get him. None of us know where he stands right now. You'd have to be there in the building to know that. But my guess is Purdy would be the starter when healthy.
With his limitations.
Yeah, he does have limitations, right? Like he can't push the ball down the field, right?
No, Purdy's not a big arm thrower.
Yeah.
Some of his deeper throws last year lost energy on the back end. He's not that kind of player. But that offense is not built on those kinds of throws. This is an offense that's built on the use of base personnel, which really gives the 49ers some predictability with the defense and what the defense will do. It's built on the run game. It's built on quick rhythm timing throws. This is what Brock Purdy is. He's not a big arm guy. I mean, look. It's easy to say, oh, gee, everybody was wrong. Don't forget, he's only played 1 year on a certain number of games, and he played well. No one can take that away from him. But there were a lot of teams in this league that didn't even have him as a priority free agent. So I think we need to give it a little more time before we anoint him. But there's no question that he played well within the context of that offense a year ago.
Greg, you watch the Green Bay Packers and you listen to them all year, and all we heard was Aaron Rodgers didn't have the weapons to work with, but now you have a waiting Jordan Love sitting there, and what's to be expected of him? Because, I mean, it wasn't any weapons that were added that really just make a humongous difference. So what can we take from a year of him?
Well, I don't think, Slay, and I'm just being honest, I don't think anybody knows the answer to this question. I mean, Jordan Love has not played a lot of football. They've got young receivers. They drafted 2 tight ends in rounds 2 and 3. This is a young team all around. Don't forget, when it comes to playing quarterback, and I learned this from Ron Jaworski, who I worked with for years and years, you have to find out about a quarterback when he plays week in and week out. You find out about a quarterback when he has a poor game on Sunday, and he's got to come in on Wednesday when the players come back in, and he's got to be the team leader and be positive and upbeat, and everybody knows he had a bad game 3 days before. That's when you learn about quarterbacks. From a tactical perspective, I'm sure you'll see a lot of play action. I'm sure you'll see boot action. I'm sure you'll see concepts in which they really try to define it for him so it's clean. Now, obviously, you can't always do that when you get into long yardage or on third down, but they'll try to do the best they can. But anybody who says they know what Jordan Love will be week after week after week, I don't think we know that right now.
Totally agree.
Totally agree with that. All right, DeAndre Hopkins put out a picture of him in New York City, so all the talking heads on ESPN started talking about how he fits in with the Jets. I'm curious. I'm curious what you think about DeAndre Hopkins if he were to sign there with Aaron Rodgers and what they have skill wise at wide receiver, which is a lot.
Yeah, I think he fits in anywhere because he's really good. I mean, he's obviously not a burner, but he's really, really good at getting open. He catches the ball. So I think DeAndre Hopkins fits in anywhere. Obviously we've heard glowing reports about Garrett Wilson, who,
Yeah.
I didn't need to hear that to know he's a really good player who's going to get better because I loved him coming out of Ohio State and he had a really good rookie season. So yeah, I mean, if he chose to sign there, would he make them better at receiver? Of course he would. We've kind of lost track of DeAndre Hopkins because he played on a bad team a year ago, missed the first 6 games, but still ended up catching close to 75 balls. I mean, there's nothing wrong with DeAndre Hopkins. His game is not built on speed. So it's not, oh man, he lost a step. He can't do what he does. He is really good getting off press. He's really good getting open at the top of his route stem, and he's got phenomenal hands.
I mean, he had 30 of his catches came from Colt McCoy. That's like 60 catches from anybody else.
Yeah, so I mean, there's nothing wrong with DeAndre Hopkins. He's a really good receiver who's going to help any team that he signs with.
Greg Cosell, you got something to say?
No, that's good stuff.
Okay, at Greg Cosell on Twitter every Thursday at 4:20. Appreciate you, man. Good stuff.
Thanks, guys. Talk to you next week.
All right,
great.
there he is. He's at Greg Cosell with NFL Films. Must follow. When we come back, Will Wade got hit. That's next. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Buddy Allen Carpet One, your flooring experts right here in Nashville, locally owned and operated by the Allen family for more than 55 years. Zach, Jenna, and Judson Allen are in the store every day. They're going to offer you free in-home measures and estimates. They also will handle the installation in-house, not like the big box companies. The beautiful guarantee at Buddy Allen Carpet One. That's what they know. They know how important it is to have you feel confident in your flooring selection. You want to know it's going to look exactly the way you want once it's installed in your home. That's why they offer you the unmatched peace of mind with their one-of-a-kind guarantee. If you're not happy, they will replace it for free. That's what they call the beautiful guarantee. 2405 Lebanon Pike in Donaldson, 615-883-3289, BuddyAllenCarpet1.com. 3HL 104.5 The Zone, Britt Doherty, Don Davenport, and Ron Slay. Cool story that we'll be talking about a lot tomorrow. Brandon Miller from Cane Ridge is going to go in the top 5 tonight. Could go number 2 overall.
That's what Slay's calling.
Yep. Sure am.
Yep.
I gotta wait.
Wait,
Scoot Henderson has become the favorite today for some reason to go number 2 to Charlotte, which would put Brandon Miller 3 to Portland, which would be a pretty good situation.
It's actually pretty smart for Portland. It'll work out better for Portland. But my thing is, I just don't understand how Scoot and LaMelo Ball both needing the ball to play, no pun intended. But to try to figure out like who controls the offense.
Yeah,
because LaMelo's great with the ball if he stays healthy.
The other side of that, from a Portland standpoint, Dame has been pretty outspoken about. Look, man, if you bring Scoot Henderson in here, I don't want to be a part of some young thing. But I really think Dame and Brandon Miller's skill sets could actually work well together.
No, that's nice.
Brandon
can
you
play
could
with
probably sell Dame on that.
Yep, more than likely. You're absolutely right.
So Belmont's Ben Shepherd also. I'm looking at NBADraft.net right now. They've got him going number 26 to Indiana. And the thought there is he's worked out for 7 teams. Each team has a first-round pick. He's labeled as a catch-and-shoot guy, but he's also a secondary ball handler, which I think teams covet from reading what I've read. But the teams that he worked out for are the Hawks, the Warriors, the Pacers, the Pelicans, Portland, Sacramento, and Utah. We're going to talk with Casey Alexander, Belmont basketball coach, at 5 o'clock about that.
Yeah, you can look at Casey's system, and this is very NBA friendly as far as playing open floor style basketball, up and down pace. So his guards really thrive in this. His bigs thrive in it too because he almost plays a form of positionless basketball. But
he does.
But he loves to be able to have a big guy to throw it in there too. So it's interesting to see his guys developing. I got a good question, I believe. A good question in my head. About his guys.
Announcement? I've got a good question.
Did they pave the way for guys to be noticed like this by getting in the NCAA tournament and the guys going first round, even from Lipscomb when he was at Lipscomb? So,
and they've both Belmont and Lipscomb have had some history too of, guys in the summer league or G League and kind of making it that way too.
I got distracted by a commercial that was on behind Slay.
No, I wanted to turn around while I was talking.
You saw me?
Yeah.
Arby's has a Wagyu beef hamburger now?
Just put that sauce on there.
Why? What is up with so much Arby's talk today? It's weird.
Matrix.
We live in the Matrix.
Yeah. See? It's the 3rd time.
They can put a piece of cardboard on there and just give me some sauce.
I like Arby's fries.
Ooh, I
haven't had Arby's in years.
I haven't either, but boy.
Hunk, can we get Arby's as a sponsor?
Yeah, get them to bring a meal in there, huh?
Does Awaken 180 do Arby's?
Hey, you focus on the wrong thing.
Not, but
focus on the positive.
Hey, once you're in maintenance,
you can work it back in.
You work it back in.
Yeah. Now,
once you get the positive thing to happen, Hunk, then everything else takes care of itself.
Right.
Everything falls into line.
I can work on the Arby's.
Next thing you know, Slay's walking around with packets of secret Arby's sauce in his pants.
I drink them right here on camera.
Oh,
they're that good.
Definitely bringing some in now.
I'm telling you, it's that good.
Oof.
That Arby's sauce, boy. Ooh, I'll put on anything. That's another commercial.
So we have this thing that we like to do on the show called Slay's Liners, but Dawn has overthrown the Slay Nation for a second, and she wants to perform.
Look, she's trying to get ready. Look at her, y'all. Please, if you're not on Zone TV, pull your car over and get on Zone TV right now so you can watch Babs. And she's trying to prepare and get ready and everything. Check her out. Oh, she gonna freeze up. I know.
Look at you trying to put the pressure on her.
She gonna freeze up. I'm gonna have to come in and save the day. Let me find the liners.
When she did karaoke on, was that? Oh, that was the company Christmas party one night. But it was
no. It was after.
It was the after party.
The after party.
Where we actually went on
was
Broadway
not
for some reason.
company related at all. Yeah.
We went on Broadway. And then Davenport ended up on stage trying to do Regulators and then got lost and just kind of swayed to the music for a minute. And then her husband, soon-to-be husband, jumped up there and tried to help her.
Tried to help me. And then he was like, come on, just get off.
So now, similar pressurized situation here as Don Davenport.
I feel it.
Oh.
I'm feeling the pressure.
Oh, yeah.
Like Shaq at the free throw line.
Get a hump.
Shaq at the
Get a hump. Get a hump.
All right, ready? Wait, hold on. Start it over. Start it over. Give me a countdown.
Oh, what?
3.
You never do this to me.
Because you don't ask me to.
That's
I
right.
give you a countdown on everything else.
You never know until you ask. All right.
3, 2, 1.
Join 104.5 The Zone for our 2023 Summer Golf Classic on Monday, August 7th. Old Natchez Country Club. Spend the day teeing off on one of Middle Tennessee's most prestigious private courses, Old Natchez Country Club. Hold on. Early bird tickets on sale now. They end this Saturday. Don't miss out on saving nearly $100. To purchase, visit 1045thezone.com. Nailed it.
Nailed it. What's funny is
I would have did good on that one.
they write these liners and they have all these long run-on sentences, which makes it really difficult to do it.
Yep.
To music.
I have no idea what I just read.
Well, number one,
No idea.
Just trying to get through it.
I do need to correct something. Early bird tickets are on sale now, but end this Sunday,
What did I say?
Saturday.
Oh, God. I didn't even get it right.
All I know is nothing says Old Natchez Country Club like Warren G.
Warren G. Regulators. Mount up.
Listen, me and Slay, I don't know who we're playing with, but we're going to regulate. I'll tell you that.
I can't believe it.
So Slay's going to help kick off the second round. Mount
When
up.
is this?
I guess
August
it's gonna be
7th.
August 7th.
I guess it's going to be Allison's husband, Barry, and Dave Elliott, our sales manager.
And we
Is that
bring
the
we
usual?
bring Mr. Babs on this
You
one.
should bring Mr. Babs on.
Guess
then
what?
you'll probably win.
Guess what, y'all?
We'll do alternate
Are you
shot.
freaking kidding me?
Me and Slay will do alternate shot and then let the other three go.
I got an announcement.
Oh,
No,
here we
screw
go.
your announcement. Yeah, how does Harder get in before I get to get gut play?
Sorry,
I've
Don.
literally
It's been a
begging.
year and a half. He's been
Screw
begging
you.
too.
Go ahead, do your announcement.
Harder's,
without
No.
Harder's like a 6.
You've got
Yeah,
work
look, he can really
responsibilities.
go.
What are you,
also.
Hunk? What's your handicap?
Apparently having friends that want to invite me to the golf tournament.
That is a handicap.
So, Teddy.
Hey, I
Next
wasn't
time, Hunk.
invited. I'm not invited.
You don't want to be invited. You don't want to be.
I want to be invited.
She wants to ride around the cart sometimes.
Hey, this is. Hey, this
I'm
is.
just saying.
This is what I'm telling you though. Seriously, y'all gonna be proud of me, man. I can hit off the tee now.
Really?
You've been working.
with my driver. Yep,
He's been practicing.
I can hit off the tee
Hardcore.
now. Like it was so. Man, it's weird, man.
Have you been working at the course where you can pull on a rope and a cooler of Casamigos comes out of the ground?
Something similar. Something similar to it. That's correct.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be ready. I'm going off the tee this time. You know, I gave up on my driver last time.
Yeah, you wouldn't even
I
do
didn't
it.
know that.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even hit off the tee.
Oh, can you hit off the tee?
Yes. I've taken golf lessons.
When? Well,
That
I've
does
never
not
heard Hunk talk about golf.
Ever.
No, it was.
I didn't even know he wanted to play.
I mean, either. I'm being
I
honest.
literally I bought a brand new putter like 6 months ago. Got a brand new putter, got brand new golf club, brand new golf
Where have
shoes.
you been
When do you
golfing
have
at,
time
Hunk?
to
That's
play golf?
that's what I'm
That's
saying.
the thing.
You drive from Huntsville here every day,
Exactly.
and you have a new baby.
There's like 4 golf courses on 231. I literally will choose one on the day off.
dingo ate your baby.
When was the last time you went golfing, Hunk?
Let's see. It was about 2
Pre-baby.
months ago. No, it's about 2 months ago. Ollie and I
Damn.
went.
You did. I do remember you saying something about that.
Ollie and I went golfing.
All right, well, since I teased this, Will Wade got hit with a 2-year show cause and 10-game suspension. It doesn't seem like a lot until you read into it. Can't go off campus to recruit and can't bring players on campus. Like, they should fire him, except they're not paying him very much.
But
How
how
did we read that he's making like $80,000 or
Yeah,
something?
something crazy. How does he get to coach though? That's what I don't. If you got a show clause, how do you get to coach?
I don't know.
Isn't McNeese State? Isn't the division 2?
Yeah, I mean, it's NCAA. So,
Oh, it's
they're governed.
That's what I don't know. Like, what?
So they make it impossible for you to do your job is what the show cause does. That's why schools typically move away from it. I'd love to get Donnie Tyndall's reaction to this.
Man, I want to get Coach Pearls.
Yeah.
Like, what? Where's Sean Miller at?
Still coach.
I know. Like, all these people ought to be in
Bill
show
Self.
clause jail. Yeah, he just won a chip. on the investigation. I'll show you.
Yeah, Bill Self just acts like nothing happened. Like, what controversy, huh?
I got a championship to go win real quick.
Don't worry about that.
I'll be back.
Focus on this.
Don't worry about it.
Focus on this.
Look at
winning.
the championship I got. Right.
All right, Casey Alexander talking about Ben Shepherd. Will he be a first-round pick tonight? Belmont star. We'll talk about that next. Casey Alexander next on 104.5 The Zone. You heard her. We do have some things that we need to clear up when we come back now in the 5 o'clock hour now that I'm reading the YouTube feed. Where do we sign up for the golf tournament? I was distracted by Don's one-liner attempt. Joseph Hunkerpiller, man of mystery. That from Karen. You rely on Wi-Fi for everything throughout your home, and you need the best. Get the fastest speeds yet now with up to 5 to 10 times faster upload speeds included. Only Xfinity helps keep your devices safe and secure from cyber threats at home and on the go. Have peace of mind doing everything you love online with unlimited data. Only Xfinity will upgrade your gateway after 3 years at no extra cost for a better, more reliable connection for your home. Enjoy wall-to-wall Wi-Fi coverage throughout your home with an X5 pod included if recommended. To get started, call 1-800-XFINITY. Visit Xfinity.com or drop into an Xfinity store today for more details. Requires Xfinity Internet with X5 complete and compatible Xfinity leased gateway. Advanced security requires activation through the Xfinity app. Tech upgrade limited to Xfinity Internet customers with X5 complete and X5 gateway equipment. Upgrade after 3 years requires Xfinity Internet with a compatible Xfinity X5 gateway. Other restrictions apply. Not available in all areas.
Good evening. I'm Joe Hunk. The NBA draft happening tonight. It's got a lot of Tennessee flavor to it. First off, you have Nashville native Brandon Miller, most likely going to be going in the top 5. Some projecting him to be the number 2 overall pick. Belmont's Ben Shepherd is projected to also go into the first round. The Boston Celtics, the Wizards, as well as the Grizz all made a 3-team trade last night, sending Marcus Smart to the Grizz. In exchange, the Grizz are sending the first-round pick tonight, as well as next year's top 4 protected first-round pick from the Golden State Warriors to the Boston Celtics. And the Sounds and Tides get going tonight. In fact, first pitch for Game 1 of the doubleheader is in 30 minutes. You can watch that on MLB TV. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, as well as home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
.3HL 104.5 The Zone Thursday edition, and we hope you're having a great day. Brett Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. I know it's cloudy, but if your feet hit the ground this morning, beautiful day. Bab nodding her head. Yes, Ron
Draft
Slay.
day.
Ron Slay is here. It is NBA Draft Day. Let's go to our good friend Casey Alexander, the head coach at Belmont, at Casey Alexander _. Casey, what's up? How are you, man?
I'm great. And appreciate you having me on. And I want to say congratulations to you 3 for your long-term deals. I speak for all of Nashville in saying you've earned it and you deserve it, and we're happy about it.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, brother.
You're stuck with us.
Yeah, let's see if you still feel that way after this conversation. Fun day, man. Obviously, as we all await and see what happens with Ben Shepherd, and he's worked out for a bunch of teams. I know teams have called you, investigating him, I'm sure. What are you hearing with him? Seems to be a first-round guy when you look at the mocks, but what are you hearing from NBA teams?
Yeah, the consensus for the last several weeks has kind of been somewhere between as low as 18 and as high as like mid-30s. I think most of us would, if we had to slot it, would say maybe back into the first round. We hope so anyway. But he's well-positioned. He's earned it, and we're excited about it.
So I know that he committed to Coach Bird, and then when you took over, he stayed. And so you got to coach him the entire time. But when you first saw him as a player, what did you think about him? Did you think that it could hit this level and that we'd be talking about him as a first-round draft pick?
Yeah, no, I don't think any of us expected that. I was very familiar with Ben. I recruited him really hard when I was at Lipscomb and didn't get him. So I knew a lot about him. And he was a late developer in high school, really skinny, kind of one of those guys that went from 6 feet to 6'4" or 5 overnight virtually. And so he was still developing physically when he got to Belmont. But I said it a lot of times early in his career. I mean, he was as kind of fundamentally sound and total package, aside from the physical part, as anybody I'd ever coached. He just had great habits with everything. His on the floor habits were great. His weight room habits were great. He was just a really rock solid player. And then obviously we've seen kind of the rest of the development over the last 4 years.
Yeah. Him expanding this game, did he get that opportunity and feel like taking that responsibility on his shoulders when a guy like Will Richard transferred to kind of open up a little bit more scoring for him, feeling like he could do a little bit more?
Well, yeah, he was kind of last man standing, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had a great junior season, but we went into last year with 5 fifth-year seniors and 3 guys that were picked in the preseason all-conference team, and he wasn't even one of them. And Will Richard wasn't either. Will Richard was a true freshman. And so he emerged from that group at the end of the year, and he was a first-team all-conference guy. He was our leading scorer. He had always been our best, on-ball defender. And so, we knew that he had something, but he kind of did it quietly. He didn't have to be a rock star. We had a lot of accomplished guys around him, so he just played his role tremendously well. But then, then we lose those 5 seniors, and we lose 2 out of our best 3 returners, Will Richard being one of those. And so he's literally the only one out of our top 8 that returned to the team this year. And so you combine that with going to the Missouri Valley and how much more difficult that was, and a lot of weight on his shoulders. And man, did he ever step up and deliver for his team. He was unbelievable from start to finish. We think he had a player of the year caliber season, and I'm sure he was really close in the voting. And, so for him to emerge and take on that role, and not only take it on, but really excel with it in the Missouri Valley, I think it opened up a lot of eyes, and we're seeing the fruits of that today.
Let me ask you this. The school itself, with the winning that you do, puts a spotlight on it, and you get other eyes watching it. Plus, all the games being televised, whether it be ESPN Plus, ESPN2, whatever it is, those games are on TV, and people are paying attention. But for you to go and have guys that are successful on that level, when you're looking at Garrison Matthews and Dylan Windler, like, how much does that help guys like Ben Shepherd to tell him, hey, man, listen, if you just do the work, I can almost promise you they're going to keep an eye on you.
Yeah, it helps a lot. And Ben's going to be our best example because, 15 months ago when our season ended and he had every Power 5, backdooring their way into conversations trying to get him to transfer, and he chose to stay when it didn't look great, but he did. And we had those conversations then about Ben. Hey, you can do that. It's a great level. You deserve it. You're good enough. There's no doubt about that. You're going to get paid for it NIL-wise pretty substantially, but we think you've got a long-term investment by staying here and being in the role we're going to have you in and continuing to, flourish. We know this is a good spot for you, So he stays, and he has the year that he has, and, and that long-term, payoff is coming in about 2 hours.
Yeah, absolutely.
How are you going to consume the draft?
We're having the whole team, staff, families over. We're going to celebrate at my house tonight. Ben's in New York with his agent and a bunch of family, and going to have his own draft party up there. But and it's his night, believe me. It's we are all thrilled for him. He is a beautiful, beautiful human being and deserves it. And so we're cheering and celebrating him. But it's also a big night for Belmont, as we already discussed. And so we want to have our troops together and enjoy it together.
You talk about him as a human being. I know, I guess I've heard just from, Greg Sage has said he's super positive. He's always smiling. Let people in on kind of the personality of Ben.
Yeah, it's not, I'm not embellishing at all when I say I've never seen Ben have a bad day. I've seen him be
my kind of guy.
Yeah, I've seen him be disappointed after losses, and there's games where he wishes he played better. And, everything's not perfect, but he wears a smile everywhere he goes. He lifts others up because he's just that kind of guy. He's very well grounded. He's got a great family. I've said this several times here in the last few weeks. If Ben wasn't playing basketball, he was going to go to college. He was going to graduate from college. He'd probably meet his wife in college. He'd get married. He would have a good pro career doing something. He would have kids. He'd be a great member of society. Like, he's that guy for sure. He just happens to be a great player.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, will you kind of lift the curtain for us? Like, what kind of conversations do you have with NBA teams and scouts and coaches? What do they ask? I feel like I know on the football side of things, right? Those conversations, but how is it, or how has it been even with Ben, and what kind of information are they asking you?
Yeah, every kind of conversation. I mean, some of them, they're going down their checklist. When was the last time he was injured? When was that? And it's just routine to make sure they have all their information whenever they sit down in their meetings. But then you have a lot more that are very in depth. I think about a conversation that I had with a higher up with the Spurs that was 45 minutes long, and it was, they were getting to know Ben. They had a lot of information already, but this was like, we want to know every single thing that we can know. Had a conversation earlier today with the president of the Minnesota Timberwolves, and that was, if the president of Timberwolves is calling on draft day, that's a pretty serious conversation as well. And so it takes on all shapes and sizes. They call the trainers, they call the strength coaches, they call the assistant coaches. It's a wide range of things over the last 2 months.
Casey Alexander, Belmont basketball coach. We're looking forward to hearing Ben Shepherd's name called tonight. Thanks for some background on him. Really appreciate you hopping on.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Always enjoy it.
Yeah, good luck to Ben and the Belmont
Coach.
family. Thank you, Coach Casey Alexander. Sports Illustrated called Ben Shepherd the biggest riser in the NBA draft. So we'll see what that looks like tonight. Obviously, Brandon Miller from Cane Ridge is another great story. A kid during COVID that could have gone to a private school, stayed in the public school system, and played with his friends. At Cane Ridge, and his dad was an incredible football player at Hillsborough High School when I was there with our friend Mose Phillips. Those guys really ran things, and great family. So it's going to be a fun night for sure. We'll talk more about the draft when we come back and take your phone call. 615-737-1045. Well, I tell you about my friends at Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. If you're looking for that next new vehicle, these are your guys. If you're going dealership to dealership, certainly include Gupton in that process. If you haven't started the process, start the process by going to Gupton, and they will end the process because they'll get you in the vehicle that's right for you. Whatever you're looking for, you just let them know what that is, and through conversation, they'll get you into the vehicle that's right for you. That's what they want. That's what you want. That's what all God's children want. And there will be no pressure at all from them. They will just get you in the correct ride. You'll take your test drive, go inside. They'll help make the numbers work. It'll be that easy. 30 minutes from downtown Nashville, 3450 Tom Austin Highway in beautiful Springfield, Tennessee. You take 24 west toward Clarksville to exit 35, about 9 miles out the city, and then a straight shot into Springfield. Best vehicle buying experience you've ever had. I've bought multiple vehicles from these guys. They're awesome people. Check them out online while you pretend to work. GuptonMotors.com is the website. All the information about the dealership is there. All of the inventory is there as well. If you're looking for a Jeep, they've got a great selection of Jeeps on the lot right now. So check them out. GuptonMotors.com, the website. That's Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. 3HL 104.5 The Zone Thursday edition. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. It actually is supposed to be sunny tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday. So that's good. We could deal with rain during the week, right? And then have sunny weekends.
Yes.
Sleep is good.
I'm okay
throughout.
with that.
Well, I'm glad you're okay with it, Dawn Davenport.
It's what matters.
I'd hate to see you go to war with Mother Nature, but I'd have her in the fight. I'd have Dawn in the fight, wouldn't you?
Against Mother Nature?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably so.
Mother.
She'll probably
Mother
tell her to
Nature
move out
is
the left
something.
lane, though.
That's right.
You don't
Be
block
like,
that
listen,
left
Mother
lane.
Nature, when you rain down, people
I was
are
about to say,
even
Babs, don't say
more
that.
idiots
Listen, Mother Nature.
on the road.
That's a good one.
Listen, Mother
Nature.
Nature.
Listen, Mother Nature. Listen, Mitch.
Yep.
Executive producer of 3HL is Joe Hunt.
What's up?
Apparently he wants to play golf in the golf tournament. We just found out today.
Yeah, we never knew that. Huh?
No, never knew. I haven't been talking about it for 2 years or anything.
I've never heard
nobody-
you say something
nah,
about it.
Don't you have work responsibilities that day?
It's okay. Like
Yes,
it's
you have
fine.
to work, hunk.
We work at the
carry
same
these
time.
Listen, explain to me who we're going to leave out here. Dave Elliott, our sales manager, who controls our income to some degree. Barry, who is Allison's husband, she runs all 5 radio stations and kind of negotiates our contracts.
We need a good report going back there.
Or Don's husband. Let us just go against Davenport real quick.
Right.
I mean, right now that's the option. I mean, that's the one you go with.
Mr. Babs?
I mean, outside of the boss's husband, and I mean, and outside the sales manager, okay.
Yeah,
Just
sales
saying.
manager, pretty big deal around here. He's in charge of helping our clients grow their businesses.
Listen, what
Very
matters, hunk?
Always a trick question. I don't know. What
Rhetorical. That's rhetorical.
It is.
Yeah,
No,
okay.
it's
I
a
thought it was
question.
rhetorical.
Here, let me answer it
please,
for you.
please.
Winning matters.
It's very true.
Which is
Winning
why I'm trying to play.
matters.
Because
No.
they hadn't won yet.
Now we
No,
got
We
like
finished second.
no.
Yeah.
But I'm putting you up against Mr. Babs.
Look,
I'm pretty sure Mr. Babs is a much better golfer.
I'm just
so
saying.
you're out, huh?
You don't know.
I do. I've played with him.
Well, then y'all go take a dub then.
Y'all go take a dub.
Y'all go take a dub.
Take a dub.
And when y'all don't take the dub, I'll just be sitting over there just going, all right, well,
You can say, I told you so.
been trying to tell you for 2 years.
Matt on YouTube. Mother against mother. Fun fight. Mother Davenport and Mother Nature.
Bring it.
Ron Slay is in the building.
I'm in the building.
6'8".
Ooh, the bass dropped. Rocking and rolling. This is going to be an interesting night tonight. I am torn over here, y'all.
You've already placed a bet, though, haven't you?
No, I have. Oh, on the draft. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I haven't placed a bet on the game, man. I really don't know.
Talking about LSU and Wake Forest.
I got an LSU friend of mine, man, that's been hitting me up over and over, and he's trying to talk me into betting with LSU, or it's my fault if I lose, which doesn't help. I don't. It's best on best. LSU's been hot, but Wake, you can't. It's hard to beat a team back to back, man. Skeens, he's different though, boy, and them bats working. I think I'm trying to talk myself into LSU.
Yeah, I feel like you don't know what's going on in your head over there.
I don't. I honestly don't. The over-under is low. It's at 8. Where's Alan Bell when I need him?
At Alan Bell 247. Just tweet him.
That's what I'm about to do right now.
I went with LSU to win it before the College World Series began, so I'm going to stay there. And this from Adam. My son got a recruitment letter from LSU in the mail today. Probably not a great day for that. LOL. But maybe that's a sign, too.
Oh. Could be, huh?
Oh, but I think he's talking about Will Wade in that situation. By the way, LSU men's basketball and football placed on 3 years probation today.
Yeah. Oh. LSU football on probation?
Mm-hmm.
They can't play in no bowl games?
Yeah, they I mean.
So this is what I'm saying.
There's no secret probation.
Like this invisible line that like, come on, y'all. It's like,
listen, the NCAA is governing.
NCAA, man, y'all, I'm telling you right now, NCAA, the people are looking at you and pointing and laughing. A lot of people pointing and laughing.
They're trying so hard to remain important, and they're just not. Like you're right. Everybody's just pointing and laughing.
And we saw this 5 years ago when it came out. Will Wade told them, I'm not serving us. He told the NCAA, I'm not serving a suspension. How do you, what do you mean? You're on wiretaps.
And he's right.
And he didn't.
He got hired. He's got a 2-year show cause.
The man coached 3 more years, y'all. 3.
Yeah.
Like, what? Like,
and he's on tape. We've heard it all.
He knows it. The man is, hey, man, this is amazing.
Offer,
that's amazing. Mm-hmm. That's amazing. That's amazing, man.
Meanwhile, Bruce Pearl got fired at Tennessee.
For a picnic.
A barbecue.
That
the lawyer didn't tell him about that they had that info.
What did Penny get?
Penny got
3 games.
3 games suspension.
And this is the problem. I feel like Penny gets more grief about this than Will Wade and Sean Miller. Why? I don't know. All of them spitting the NCAA face. Penny got up there on the podium and laughed too. Y'all want me to sit James Wiseman out this game? All right, watch this. Hey, he gonna play in the Nike tournament up here in Portland. Like, what? How do you get on the podium and say this to? It's supposed to be the NCAA. You're supposed to rule with an iron fist.
It's what Shannon Terry told us. And man, I always love talking with him about big picture things because he's a big picture thinker. But I mean, he said what we've been saying for a long time. He just did it in a much better way and better form of communication. But and used bigger
more
words.
Articulate.
Yeah. Thank you, Babs.
Oh, sorry.
Tired over there? You need some coffee?
I do. What did I yawn when I was talking about?
NHL.
Baseball.
I think it was Stanley Cup.
Was it?
Playoff hockey, man.
Playoff hockey, that's what it was. Yes.
Yawned our way through playoff hockey.
Oh.
What were we talking about? Oh, Shannon Terry. No, he said what we've been talking about. Like, eventually, you're going to have this powerhouse of a college football league that breaks free from the NCAA and governs itself.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And that the NCAA just doesn't have any power. Now, what does that mean for other sports? He said, I don't know. But for football, they're going to break free.
Yeah. Yeah, and everybody else going to follow suit. You might as well let the commissioners govern it, man. I'm sorry. Like, that's a joke, man. This happened in 2017, everyone. 2017. For anybody that just woke up, we're in 2023.
Thank you.
I mean, like, actual wiretaps.
Yeah.
People went to jail. We had one on.
Yes. Is he out yet?
I don't think so. I think it's I'm gonna have to check. But I know he's appealed. Assistant coaches got fired on the spot. Like, hey.
ESPN has a draft special going on right now, and they are talking. They're showing high school video
from Cane Ridge.
From Cane Ridge, yep.
Brandon Miller. They're showing Daryl Miller, his dad.
Dude,
who do you have going in the first 3 tonight?
Oh, I have Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, he's going number 1.
He's going
no
1
question.
without
just
question.
Walk the card up there right now.
Yeah, man, he might as well just be standing up there when they start.
Yeah, he can be in the locker room right now.
Matter of fact, just going to go to San Antonio.
Yeah, just get a shoot around in your new uniform.
You ready? Second, I have Brandon Miller going to Charlotte.
Okay.
Third, I don't have Scoot Henderson. I have Amen Thompson. Amen Thompson played in the G League? No, over the Overtime Elite League.
That's it.
Overtime Elite. So he played in that league along with his twin brother. His twin brother's expected to go high too. So I got him going third because, like what you said about Dame Lillard, I just can't see him and Scoot Henderson playing together, either if you want to keep a guy like Damian Lillard, does Portland want to start all the way over and him force his way out? I don't see Scoot going to Charlotte because LaMelo Ball is a hell of a player. He had a couple injuries, but outside of that, man, dude can play, and he's comfortable in the skin. So I think that's why Charlotte takes a wing. I think he's a plug-in. Brandon Miller is a plug-in guy for what? God, his name just went out my mind. He got in trouble with Charlotte. He was the wing, played at Michigan State. Goodness gracious. He was up for a max deal. But
well, it's weird because, like, Scoot Henderson became your Vegas favorite to go number 2, but you're staying with Brandon Miller at 2. And then you're right, the Thompson twins, 4 and 5 on NBADraft.net mock draft. Can you believe that? Twin brothers going in the top 5, both of them.
Back to back.
That's some good genes.
That's crazy.
Didn't touch college.
No, they're both with overtime elite.
That's crazy to me to see the transition of a lot of players just saying, forget the college route.
Just saying no.
So what's funny to that, though, Babs, like we were talking about earlier, European game to the American game, it's like it's automatically flipped. In Europe, that's what they wasn't doing. Like, if you sign up early with a club over there in Europe and you play with them, and so you get a professional practice experience all the way up 14, 15, 16, 17. When it's time to go, it's time to go. So it's kind of flipped, and everybody's taking that path over here because you got leagues set up.
In this mock draft, Brandon Miller's the only college player in the top 5.
That's crazy.
So then you've got Anthony Black at 6 from Arkansas. Payson Wallace from Kentucky at 8.
Pretty good.
Looking for SEC players.
That's pretty good.
Arkansas, Nick Smith at 18.
Pretty good.
Alabama, Noah Clowney at 20.
Pretty good.
Belmont, Ben Shepherd at 26.
Mm-hmm. What about Big Bediako? Charles Bediako from Alabama? Big man.
I'm into the second round now. Julian Phillips in the second round at 33 to San Antonio from Tennessee. South Carolina, Gigi
Jackson.
Yep. 39 to Charlotte.
Hey, I bet on Gigi to go top 20.
Jordan Walsh, Arkansas, 45 to Memphis.
Seriously?
Yeah, I like
You bet on a guy to go top 20?
I like his game.
Okay.
Hold on. How many bets do you have?
3.
On the NBA draft.
On the NBA draft of all things, a draft.
3 of them.
All right. At least it's only 3. I was waiting for you to be like 10.
Ricky Council from Arkansas, 50.
But it's still early, Dawn.
It's still early. To Arkansas. He hadn't talked to Alan Bell yet.
No, don't wait.
Oscar Sheboy from Kentucky at 54. Kobe Brown from Missouri at 56 to Memphis.
Dog, you talking about...
And that's it.
You're talking about the proven guys.
I'm talking about the SEC players.
Yeah, at the end, you're talking about the proven guys. Kobe Brown was hey, man.
Then you're talking about production.
Yeah.
If I'm going to take a chance on the guy, I'll take a chance on
production.
production.
These are guys knocking on the door for SEC Player of the Year. Like, what? Hey, man. In a different world.
You said that about Sheboy last year when he was trying to decide, and I brought it up to you, and you go, what decision?
Yeah.
He's got to come back.
He ain't no choice.
He ain't got a choice.
Like now.
So then you look at him, he may not get drafted.
Yep. You see the big fella for Purdue, Big Edie, the 7, I think he's 7'2", 7'3", somewhere up there too. He decided to come back. He was the player of the player. Like
it's a different world out there, man.
The player. Do y'all know what the player of the year is? Does anybody know what that is? That's the best player, the single individual player, the best one out of all of the colleges, all the universities, all levels, is one player that they picked. Unanimous. He came back to school. Like, golly, that's wild.
615-737-1045. Guy in the borough wants to talk about Arby's. Arby's keeps coming up with us today. I don't know why. Guy, what's up?
Man, just spent $65 on some Arby's.
We got a lot of roast beef.
Man, well, I got 3 boys, but man, once you get up to the menu, there's so many choices.
So they have expanded. They've expanded that menu, man.
and I got that figure to keep up too. So
I'm living through you, boy. Yeah, man. Woo.
Hey, I got my son Waylon with me. He's 6 years old. He wants to tell Ron Slay something.
What up, little Waylon?
Don't tell him. Don't tell him.
Talk to me, Waylon.
You're just doing it in the drive-through.
I'm in the building. Yeah.
Yeah, people are looking at us crazy because he's yelling in the truck. No, I ain't got no room.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, Waylon, right now you supposed to have about 3 curly fries in your hand, just smushing them in your mouth. Hey, boy, them curly fries out the window. Woo. I'm something else.
Oh, yeah. Well, man, I appreciate y'all's time.
Hey, thanks, bro. Appreciate it,
man.
What did he say? Did he say $65?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it's high out here now. Oh, value meals ain't valued. Ain't no value no more.
No, it's true.
They're just meals.
I mean, inflation in the fast food drive-through is real.
I mean, it's so real, God.
Taco Bell.
What?
Shoot, I mean, I used to spend a ton of money at Taco Bell in college on a late night trip.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
yeah,
man, you can't get out of Taco Bell for less than 15, 20 bucks.
Nah, easy. No, me and Isaiah Victor, we used to get out of workouts, and after we work out, it's time to get fried. Yeah, we'd be like, man, what we gonna do? He was like, man, you buy the first round of chalupas. So I go get the.
You got Taco Bell before getting fried?
Yeah, and then got it after.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was scarce times, boy. NIL wasn't in effect. Yeah.
Well, you're risking things.
Hey, dog, them two for twos. Woo-wee. Chalupas, grilled chicken with cheese. Take everything else
What
off.
is it that you get? The pizza?
Mexican pizza.
Yeah, that's phenomenal.
It's
too.
back, baby.
I used to get nacho
Oh,
Bel
it's
Grande
so
too.
good. Oh.
Hold the beans.
Yeah.
Add chicken.
Look at Slay with these memories going through his head.
Yeah,
He's looking up and to the left.
Yeah,
He's just
You
thinking.
can't do that anymore. Your 45 less pound body can't
I'm
handle
telling
that.
you, boy, it's a struggle. Hey, y'all, it's a struggle every day. My body wants to eat.
I'm hungry, boss.
Do you know how many people are listening to us right now and it just got exponentially more hungry?
I'm telling you, boy. Ooh.
And now they're pulling off and going to some drive-through.
Man, y'all call in, tell us whatever drive-through you at. I'm going to tell you what to order. I got you.
So you sound like old dude on Green Mile.
I'm going to tell you what
Man,
to
I'm
order.
hungry.
I ain't going to leave him wrong. I'm hungry, boss.
I'm hungry, boss.
Oh, man. 3HL on 104.5 The Zone. We'll be right back.
Talking about hungry? Well, go to Steve. I got the wings.
It's appropriate. Tell them what to order.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you exactly what to order. I already got it on the way up here, man. My daughter is bringing me some lemon pepper Cajun. Yeah, I got a nice 10-piece coming. I'm going to add some broccoli and stuff on another side note. But you can also get the Ron Slay. That's the sweet and sassy with the lemon pepper and the Cajun ranch fries with the cheese melted all over the top. They even got macaroni and cheese now. Oh, hey man,
okay?
It's so many good things. It's so many good. I just closed my eyes and I thought back to Saturday because I had them again on Saturday, and I had an assortment. I had all kind of wings. But the location, 3961 Plaza Mariachi, 123 Ewing Drive, also behind Martin Luther King. You can get them to go right there. It's all good. I promise you will not go wrong. Try the sweet and sassy. That's the home of sweet and sassy. Try the lemon pepper by themselves. You can try even just the Buffalo hot. But boy, if you get the sweet and sassy hot, yeah. Take it to a whole different level, people. Just take my word for it. Still, I got the wings.
I am going to take your word for it because I, too, am hungry. So we'll figure that out here in a second. But I do know this. You need to stay tuned after the show for the Zone TV. Well, during the show for Zone TV because me and Slay will tell you about some stuff. And we're changing the game. Help your bet stay hot this summer at Superbook Sports, the most trusted name in sports gambling with a direct line to Las Vegas. And now when you use the promo code THEZONE, THEZONE, you score up to $250 with their first bet bonus. Win or lose, Superbook will match your first bet up to $250 with the promo code THEZONE, THEZONE. Download the Superbook Sports app, enter the promo code THEZONE, and you'll get $250 courtesy of Superbook Sports. Love these guys. Heard Slay talking about them forever, and so I downloaded the app, and I am up and running. And I got to think about tonight's baseball game. LSU. I guess I'm going to go LSU. I haven't looked at it yet. I'm going to. I'll put it on Twitter at Brent Doherty and let you know. Download the Superbook Sports app, enter the promo code TheZone, and you'll get $250 courtesy of Superbook Sports. Visit superbook.com for terms and conditions. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. 3HL 1045 The Zone. I literally just said in the studio, it's funny what amuses us, because we all just started laughing about something that really had nothing to do with anything. But then I said, ignorance is bliss. That is a really true thing. And then I changed it to, being dumb makes you happy.
True.
NBA draft tonight. LSU Wake Forest. Who's going to play Florida? Florida just over there sitting. They're just over there just chilling.
Hey, B never sent me a message back, so I guess I'm going to have to go with my heart. On my brain.
What's your heart?
I don't know which one is speaking to me, but I think it's saying LSU.
Okay.
I can't.
Says the Tennessee fan.
Yeah, I can't differentiate.
Says the Vol for life.
Yeah, all SEC championship is what I'm rolling with.
What, Stanley Roberts text you or something?
No, who?
Stanley Roberts. Vernell Singleton. Remember those guys?
Okay, yeah.
Vernell Singleton was on that Chris Jackson team. That team was loaded, dude.
Very. So how much do I go?
You talking about betting LSU?
Yep.
I was going to ask Gator Mike, but he dropped off.
It's minus 1.5.
Wake Forest minus 1.5?
No, they're getting plus 1.5.
Oh, LSU's favored by that much?
Mm-hmm. That's what,
why did I get all high?
I don't know.
Like that.
And the spread, the over-under started at 10. It's dropped all the way to 8. Yeah, you confused.
We need to do a giveaway. Who's going to do the giveaway? I'm confused now. I mean, I always thought it was Slay's Liners, and then Dawn took control today during the 4 o'clock hour.
What's the giveaway? Well, I gave up the giveaways. I gave up the giveaways when it was the Father's Day giveaways because Slay was on his whole path.
The giveaways,
yeah, so
I do the liners.
It's Bab's Prize Closet, remember?
Who the liners brought to you by?
Your mom and them.
Okay. Who the giveaways brought to you by?
I don't think. I think Babs' Prize Closet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's Babs' Prize Closet.
Okay.
You don't mess with that.
Open up the closet.
They won't ever let you back in.
They sure won't. They locked the door.
All right, so Babs' Prize Closet is open right now. What you got, Babsy?
Yes. Caller number 5 right now. Kick off your summer at Geodis Park. Join 1045 The Zone at Summerfest. It's this Saturday and Sunday
That looks fun.
Yeah, fun for the whole family. Live music, kids zone, pickleball, cornhole, and much more. Caller number 5 right now, 615-737-1045. You get a family 4-pack of tickets to Summerfest.
Well done, Babsy.
Good job, Babsy.
She can hold on to that job, can't she?
Yeah, I'll let her hold on that one. She got it.
You'll let her?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll let her.
I love it. Hey, here's a headline for Babsy.
Oh.
Skip Holtz named 2023 USFL Coach of the Year. Wait, you did the other one.
Yeah, I didn't do that one.
So much for that. Why did I write that down?
I don't know.
He is 19-3 in 2 years with the Birmingham Stallions.
I love Coach Holtz. I love me some Skip Holtz. He's the best. Good dude.
The best at what? I guess coaching in the USFL.
Coaching the USFL.
Skip.
Yeah. Coach of the year, man. 19-3, 2 years.
Oh, congrats. That's what's up.
Yeah. Give him an opportunity somewhere. Mm-hmm. Maybe the XFL. Would the XFL be a step up? Or would that be a lateral move?
I don't even know that.
I don't know.
Or is it a step down?
I might do.
No.
He's in the
XFL?
CFL? He's in the CFL?
No, USFL.
Oh, no, it's most definitely a step up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was CFL. CFL, they got their own little.
They're working it. Coach T in Nashville. Coach T, what's up?
Man, you know I'm gonna keep it hot around here because I'm already riding shotgun with Slay. So you know how that go. On the new podcast and Slay, I'm gonna have to short you on this one, baby.
Right.
Florida has won every 6 years, right? Their world championship has been 6 years in between. So I'm about to ride with them Gators this year, man.
Okay. Who you got in the LSU and who to get there though? LSU and Wake tonight.
I like what LSU been doing. I think Wake too strong. I think Wake boys are too strong out the ACC, man. I think they too strong. And you about to see those guys, rock and roll. And I don't think them Tigers gonna be able to play, man. They better call Angel Reese or something.
I like it.
I was calling to let you know too. We got to give it up here for Nashville tonight. Number 2 draft pick and Brandon Miller.
Yeah.
Show up for Nashville, baby. Yeah, do your thing. So you got to pump up, and I'm glad to see that hard work, determination showed up for the kid, man. Put Nashville Cambridge High School on the map, baby.
Standing 10 toes down too. Absolutely.
Thank you, Coach Steve. Appreciate it.
Man.
Big night for a Nashville kid, man.
He just threw me off right there.
And then a Belmont player, too, Ben Shepherd.
Yep. That's dope, man. That's dope. The talent is here, people. Better get in on it. I don't know who to bet.
By the way, quick baseball note on the way out. Ohtani. I know a lot of people around here don't really see him because he plays late at night and stuff like that, but we're watching just, I mean, maybe the most historic individual season ever. And not maybe, it is. He leads the majors in strikeout percentage and home runs.
That's insane. Insane.
24 homers.
That's so cool.
What are you supposed to do with that?
3HL presented by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, springhillac.com. Trash Talk Friday coming up tomorrow. We're going to have Denny Hamlin on. Talk a little NASCAR.
Isn't that right, Don?
Yes, we are.
He was on last week, too.
I got the days mixed up, so we thought we had him on last week, and then I screwed it up.
Is Kyle Phillips on?
That's my other.
It's a heck of a show if they all show up.
Loves Denny Hamlin and Kyle Phillips.
Apparently. Allegedly.
What's up next, Hunt?
That would be the After Party, brought to you by Awaken 180.
All right. We appreciate y'all listening. Appreciate the participation as well. Y'all be safe tonight. Have a great night. And we'll be back at it tomorrow.
I got to hurry up and bet.
Good night.
Get on it.
615, stand up at the drive. Let's go, B. Miller.
See ya.